The new wave of hero bans this week, we have seen a major power shift in what characters are top tier and those who will fall into irrelevancy for this week. This week's bans are D.Va for tank, Baptiste for support, and McCree, Soldier, Widowmaker, and Sombra for damage. These bans are especially impactful as they were used as answers to many particular styles of play and heroes which will go unchecked for this week. So let's explore the biggest winners and get right into my top 3 heroes for each role in Season 21, Week 4. I'll start off with damage first, as it shapes this week's meta. The first character is Farah. This should be a surprise to no one. This week's hero bans were tailored to allow Farah to shine by removing all characters that gave her trouble and pushed her into irrelevancy. As it stands, there is only one damage character that can potentially stand up to her and force her to be more careful with her positioning. But with smart play and positioning, she is almost unstoppable and can easily farm and poke all game, looking to get those massive damage boosted rockets onto squishies. She is the most game defining character this week and requires teams to play around and with her to find success. The next damage character is Tracer. She's in a similar position to Farah, where the picks that give her the most trouble have been removed or cannot be played as they are very easily exploited by Farah, such as Torb or Mei. This allows her to easily sneak into the backline and demand the attention of the enemy team, allowing your team to get that long-range spam in, which can be easily cleaned up by Tracer. On top of this, the tanks that Farah really struggles to deal with, Tracer can easily farm for Pulse Bomb and melt them. This synergy between the two damage characters forms a very strong backbone of a team and defines the heroes that both your team and the enemy team can play to be competitive. The final damage character is Ashe. She is the only character left that can answer both Farah and Tracer. She isn't the strongest hero normally, always sitting around B to C tier, but can be strong at pressuring both Tracer and Farah. However, she is vulnerable from dives to both of them. Given a map is open and large enough, an Ashe can completely zone a Farah out of an area, demanding resources from the other team. Against a Tracer, Ashe can easily get a one-shot kill from either a scoped headshot or a full dynamite explosion and tick, which forces the Tracer to be very tactical and cautious, as any mistake can be exploited by Ashe. Now, onto the tanks, which are the most different from their normal top 3 characters. The first tank on the list is Roadhog. Both Ashe and Farah really struggle to put out enough damage to kill a Roadhog, and all 3 of the strongest DPS have to respect his hook range in order not to be one-shot. This, accompanied by D.Va not being able to save his hooked targets, makes him a real threat. Roadhog is able to create a lot of space for his team by denying the enemy DPS the space they need to make their damage. However, he does struggle a bit with the ranged poke, but more than makes up for it for his Enforcer playstyle. The second tank being bumped up into top 3 is Sigma. With ranged spam and poke being really strong this week, Sigma really shines as the best spam poke tank available. Sigma is also one of the few tanks in the game, along with Roadhog, who can punish a Farah with his accretion, which if he hits will mean death for the Farah or Mercy. This, with his recent ult movement speed buffs, see him being able to dish out tons of area damage while providing some damage mitigation, making him very useful in all situations. The final tank being thrusted into relevancy is Hammond. With D.Va gone, Winston cannot survive the dives that he normally goes in for, and will get farmed by Tracers and Hogs, which is why Hammond comes in. Hammond is able to pressure the enemy healers and Ashe to avert their attention and resources away from your Farah and other teammates, giving them the space they need to do their job. And finally, onto the supports. Starting with Mercy. She survived the banhammer again, and is a must pick when running Farah to hard pocket her and allow her to dominate the game and dictate the pace. Apart from that, if you're running Mercy without the Farah, she's as bad as she normally is, as she struggles to heal up the quantity of damage being dealt, and provides no utility apart from bringing back the dead, which could have been easily kept alive by other healers. But in this week, she has been boosted up to S tier along with Farah, as without a Mercy pocket, Farah would be able to be easily shot out of the sky and sent to the respawn room. Next we have Ana. There isn't too much to say about Ana other than she is always a good pick no matter the comp, but she gets a bit of bump in her value, as she is one of the only 2 hit scans left to deal with Farah, as well as being very good at forcing Roadhog and the other top tanks this week to watch their positioning. The final character on this list is Moira. With this week being very spam damage oriented, Having Mori to heal up your entire team while farming Coalescence is massive value, and has massive swing potential in fights. Coalescence is very effective at forcing pharmacies out of the skies and healing all of the damage done by their spam. And apart from healing her team, she also has more survivability than the other healers, with her fade and self-heal, which helps her to ensure she stays in the fight, getting her heals out and farming ult. This week is sure to catch some players in for a surprise, with how different the game behaves, with heroes who are barely relevant skyrocketing to S tier. I believe this week will have mixed reactions by the community, and before the next wave of bans comes in, I will make a reflection video on the week to see how the community felt, as well as my predictions for the next week. Till the next, see you then.